Salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 525.
The sexiest podcast on the network, or something.
Sure.
Hi, Brian.
Hello, Tony.
How's it going, mate?
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah, just got back from the store a little bit ago.
That's something I need to do.
Yeah.
Like, we have very minimal food in the house, and it sucks.
Yeah, we have food, but we needed, like you go to the store and you get like everything. And then after about a week, you're kind of like, oh, we need bread, or we need, there's usually like one or two things you're like, oh, we're low and or out of, So I had to go get medicine today. So I was like, well, while I'm in there, I'll grab water and, the incidentals and whatnot, which turned into me getting more than the incidentals.
Naturally. You got to go
Luckily,
do some sundry shopping.
Yeah. So, like I said, at least the lines weren't that bad. So, I was behind one couple that had like everything in the store in their cart, and which is a little weird because, and this is being said, no judgment. Like, like they were paying with like food stamps,
no judgment.
And they had a lot of stuff, and it's the end of the month. Usually food stamps are issued at the beginning of the month, unless maybe they got them early or something like that. I don't know. Because usually, they had a lot of stuff in there. But I felt so bad, though, because they were still playing the, like, hey, we have X dollars. And, I know we all do that at the grocery store. But it sucks when you can look and see what they're buying. And it's like, yo, they're buying for a family, not just the two of them. They're buying for probably like 3 or 4 kids,
right.
And they were going to put hamburger back.
I mean, hamburger is expensive now.
It is. And I'm standing there and I'm like, you know what? If they can't afford that hamburger, I'm buying it for them.
Very nice.
Like, because I know 100%, and you know this, my mom would 100% be on board. She would do that if she were standing there, And I'm like, so I was kind of watching, because if it came to that, I was going to be like, hey, put that on my bill, but give it to them, kind of a thing. And but luckily they had plenty, but it was still, they were having the girl like stop every so often to kind of total, because you know how it is at Kroger, it doesn't take the discount for the Kroger card off until you're done.
And it's like, look how much our awesome club saved you.
Yeah.
It's like,
so they had to keep doing that, and but I was glad they didn't feel like they had to put anything back, because that sucks. I'm sure you've been there too,
Yeah.
And I don't mean like where you're like, oh, I got to put, some junk back. But it's like almost everything they had in their cart was not junk food. I mean, it was literally like you could see meals in their cart. You know what I mean? Like this and this, or one meal, this and that kind of thing.
Frosted Flakes and funfetti.
Yeah, exactly. So, I was, and again, no judgment. I don't give a shit what they use their stuff on. I'm not one of those people who, you shouldn't buy junk food. Fuck you.
Yeah, it has one key word in it. Food.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm not one of those. And part of that's because I've been on the other side of that, to where I've gotten something that was a junk food on food stamps and watched someone just glare at me.
Well, it's like
looking down their nose at me.
Here's the thing, though. It's like, it's cheap to eat like shit.
It is 100%. So much cheaper. Like, seriously, you look at the stuff in these people's cart, like they had a bunch of cans of ravioli and lunch meats and stuff like that. And it's like, I get it, because it's real cheap to feed, the kids on cans of ravioli.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at least, raviolis at least got, the tomato sauce offers some, nutrition, and the meat is a protein and blah, blah, blah. It's not devoid of nutrition,
it's
but
just chef.
It sucks
chef
that you can. Yeah, it just sucks that you can't maybe pick better stuff, because if you do, your money won't go as far.
Right, exactly.
Which is garbage. Although, in fairness, there is also a lot of farmers markets that give you Well, I don't know if that works in Ohio. I know Michigan was doing it where they were doing like double value.
I mean, I haven't been to our farmers market recently,
Yeah.
but they were doing the same idea. It was like, yeah, I do believe it was double value for the
For like produce
yeah, exactly,
and stuff, of
yeah.
course.
Like if you're going down there trying to get double value for like some sort of, turquoise jewelry or something.
Right. Yeah. But if you were getting produce, there were a lot of farmers markets that states were subsidizing that to where you could get twice as much value, which was an awesome program,
Right.
you know, especially through farmers markets where the food's usually not terribly expensive anyway.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Unless you're buying like bougie shit,
I mean, sometimes, Brian, you got to buy bougie shit.
No, I understand. Yeah. But again, no judgment from me on anyone buying whatever they're buying on food stamps because I've been there. I lived through it when it was at its suckiest point, kind of. Well, one of the suckier points where you literally had to tear off the things and hand them. At least now it's like a debit card, and all the debit card machines at Kroger take it.
Yeah.
So there's no, you have to go to a special line, or here's my food stamps while everyone stares at you, looking at what you got, judging.
It's definitely a lot more discreet.
Yeah, which is so nice because that's so much more. It allows people to keep some dignity that before was kind of robbed from you, and it's just really unfair. It's like, it's hard enough to ask for help generally, but then on top of it, now you get to get judged by assholes who don't know your story. They don't know what the fuck you're going through.
Yeah.
But because they see Kool-Aid or Mountain Dew in your cart, they're,
Also, how is it when we were teens we never mixed Kool-Aid and Mountain Dew?
I don't know. It is amazing that we didn't at some point.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I mixed a lot of stuff with Sprite. I did mix Kool-Aid and Sprite a few times. Like I didn't put, I just literally put Kool-Aid in Sprite.
I could see that being an amazing treat.
It's like it was the Mio concept,
You were ahead of the curve.
So, yeah, right. But, that was about it. I don't know why I never tried it with Mountain Dew though.
Probably because some sort of freaking thing in our brain told us this is a horrible idea.
But the Kool-Aid itself isn't sweetened, unless you're buying it if you're buying the packets, there's no sugar in that, as far as I know. So, because you always had to put in the extra sugar.
Yeah, I mean, and Mountain Dew, Sprite, whatever, it's got plenty.
Right. So I don't know. It's a good question, especially now when there's like 8 billion flavors of Mountain Dew out there now.
Right. Exactly.
Unlike when we were children and there was one. Well, there were 2 flavors. There was diet and regular.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
I guess 3 or 4 if you go into the caffeine-free and caffeine-free diet.
I mean,
but I don't know if they ever did caffeine-free diet Mountain Dew. That seems like I never understood the caffeine-free Mountain Dew. I just don't know why you'd even bother. Yeah. Like you're going to take the sugar and the caffeine out of Mountain Dew? What the hell's the point of drinking it? What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Yeah. It's always nice though when you go in the store and things are like civil, like people aren't being assholes. I've noticed people are really starting to give some space again.
I mean,
in the store.
It's kind of, from what I could tell, never really went away, except certain people.
It did for me. Yeah, there were a lot of times I went in there and there were literally like someone over my shoulder while I'm looking at something. Right. But now I've noticed that a lot of people seem to give each other a good amount of space, again. So that's good, I guess. I don't know.
Is it?
I guess. I don't want anyone near me, so yes.
I mean, that's a good point, Brian. That's a very valid point.
You stay as far away from me as you can. So here's something really random about while I was at the store today. My mom asked me to get her some cheese puffs.
I mean,
right?
That's random.
Right. But cheese puffs have been around forever.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
right?
It's like, I'm pretty sure that they originated in the Garden of Eden. Just judging by their flavor.
I think that's what they got thrown out for eating.
It wasn't a golden apple. It's the big-ass cheese puff.
It's just a big cheese puff.
Which I would eat a big cheese puff.
That would be funny to comically walk around with just one giant like you open the bag and it's just one.
Yeah, exactly. How awesome would that be?
The bag just says cheese puff on it too.
I am down for cheese puff.
You picture that you take it to a party. Like you got a knife and
Yeah, you
fork
gotta
it.
carve it like a fucking Christmas ham.
Delicious. You start hollowing it out and putting stuff
like
inside
more
of it.
cheese. Dude, you
Yeah,
hollow it out, it becomes a bowl for other cheese puffs.
Exactly.
It's like a cheese puff Death Star.
I like this idea. I love this idea,
right?
in fact. So
I
while
gotta
I'm
see
there
if they sell
today,
giant
you know,
cheese puffs.
I'm looking for a bag of them. And every time I've ordered them, like when we get groceries picked up, they always seem to give us the Cheetos ones. And, you know, the Cheetos ones are fine and all, but I'm also like, you know, the Kroger brand ones are fine.
Yeah, right.
Right. Except I don't know if they make them anymore. And no, there seem to be no other cheese puffs. There's cheese balls, and they've got these like, I don't know if you've had, they're called like it's basically like popcorn puffs, but there's no holes to them.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about destroying your teeth,
Oh,
basically.
interesting.
But they're basically like cheese
All right.
puffs. So those are made, but I don't see any that just are like traditional, you know, like a curl, like a, you know, C-shaped kind of cheese
Right.
puff. And I'm looking and looking, and usually there's some random local brand. There's usually the store brand. There's the Cheetos ones. You know, there's usually like 3 or 4 types. I could not find any today.
Really?
Yeah. Like they were even out of the Cheetos
So
ones.
there's
So
a
I'm like,
run
either,
on cheese puffs, huh?
I guess. The only thing I can think of is maybe because, you know, there's a variety of companies that basically have quit making, like they're only making like their top 5 products. Right. And then because of shortages and such. So maybe cheese curls are part of that, or maybe Kroger just doesn't stock them. I'm gonna have to check at Food Town and see if they have any.
You know what? Well, one, I did a science. I can't talk. I did a search for giant cheese puffs, and apparently, they sell giant Cheetos.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, it's this website called taquitos.net. Serious about snacks. And it says I can buy them on Amazon, so I'm clicking the link.
All right.
These are just regular ass Cheetos. There ain't no giant Cheetos.
Ooh, they probably mean giant bags of Cheetos.
No, because let me click back. Because it says each piece in this bag of Cheetos was quite large, as you expect from a giant Cheetos name with a tube-like shape, kind of like a marshmallow. It says about 1.5 inches in diameter, about 1.5 inches long.
Wow. Okay.
And it's just called Cheetos Giant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if they still make these.
I don't know. I have not seen them. Doesn't mean they don't make them. It just means I haven't seen them.
Hey, I'm sorry. What were we talking about? I got so sidetracked by giant Cheetos.
No, I was pretty much done. I just found it interesting that I remember as a kid there were all sorts of cheese puffs in the stores.
Right.
And just seemingly, I think they've moved to these other things, whatever they're called, that are not quite cheese puffs, but basically cheese puffs.
This isn't even right.
You know,
Google's fucking with people, Brian.
Yeah, they'll do that.
I just Googled giant Cheetos, and I got my the ads. So you have ketchup flavored Cheetos, whatever. Girl unisex Galaxy Pockets Cheeto 3D pullover hoodie hooded sweatshirts hoodies.
That's a lot of keywords.
But the one that I went, oh Google, giant Cheetos, plus size Cheetos flaming hot tie-dye girl lounge set.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hot.
And plus size girls.
Because it's it's flaming. See. Hot.
Okay, here we go. I found a picture of giant Cheetos. They are fucking huge. Apparently they they sell them or still sell them, I don't know, in like 59-cent fucking gas station packs. And it's like a sleeve of them, and there's like 5. They look like tater tots almost.
You need to, if you have a link on that, put that in the notes.
I shall.
So I can include it. Plus, I want to look at it without having to do the work.
Don't blame me.
Yeah.
Fun.
I don't know. Like I said, it was just weird to me, because it's just something that I remember as a kid. We used to get cheese curls all the time, and they seem to be hard to find now. So
I know, right?
maybe the world's just moved on from packing peanuts with cheese flavoring
Don't hurt
on
my
them.
feelings like that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like them occasionally.
Yeah, I don't
want them all the time, but
I mean, when I was a young lad, here you go. Here's the link I'm going to send you. Like cheese puffs and shit. That was probably one of my favorite snacks. We always had the tin of Planters cheese balls.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll be honest, I got because I saw the old school metal tin. I think I talked about it on this podcast even.
Yeah,
they were shit.
You did. Yeah.
They were such garbage.
It's funny. I don't know if this is because of a palate change or what, but a couple weeks ago, or no, about a week ago, I had this recipe that my mom found on Facebook and sent to me. It was for basically Fritos pie, but a whole casserole of it. So where you make a mess of it, basically.
Giant walking taco.
Yeah, and I was like, cool, I'll make this.
Taco.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, cool, I'll make this. Which, I figured out a couple things in doing it. Which one was that all the ingredients for it are basically just making a quick chili. Okay. So if you're the kind of person who maybe makes chili and keeps it in the freezer, forget doing all the other stuff. Just use your homemade chili because it's the exact same thing. Essentially,
what if I like working a lot?
No, it wasn't work though. All it was literally was a couple types of beans. Like you brown the meat, put the taco seasoning on the meat, cook, a little water, cook it down, add all the beans and whatnot, essentially. Cook it for just a little longer to tighten it up just a bit. And that was basically it. Then you put it into a casserole dish. You put some cheese down, you put Fritos down, and then more cheese, and then you bake it basically just to melt the cheese. That was it. That was the whole thing. So it was really easy. Now, what we found out was by the Cheeto or the Fritos sitting on it, they kind of get soggy. So really, I think the move is just to make the chili, and then
just smash up.
Just put the Fritos. Yeah, just put the Fritos and chili or cheese on top of it because the cheese will melt from the heat of the chili anyway. Or if you have to, you could always, whatever, stick it in the microwave, toaster oven, whatever, and just melt the cheese.
You put the Fritos on it or in it, and then you also have fresh, crunchy Fritos on the side.
That's what I ended up doing. And then maybe that was the intention. It didn't say that in the instructions, but maybe that's the intention because that is what I did.
When you have to scroll for 4 years, you'll die of starvation before you get to the recipe.
Yeah. But what I found out was we had some Cheetos left over, or Fritos, I'm sorry. And I just, as a child, I was like, man, I love Fritos. They're salty and whatever. And I realized I can't eat them plain anymore.
I still can house them.
Dude, they got this weird, greasy, texture. It was gross to me. So I can eat them with a dip or something like that, or in the taco kind of thing, but not by themselves. I can't eat them like that.
Face.
Now, chili cheese Fritos is a different story. Those I'll eat all damn day.
What were you doing? Regular ass Fritos, or were you doing scoops?
These were just regular.
Where you gotta go is you gotta go scoops, because they're a little. They're as they would say on the Sporkful, they have a little bit more toothiness to them. Because they're thick.
Yeah, they're built for dipping.
So I don't think they have that greasy exterior.
Yeah, that could be. That's something I didn't think about. I'll go with those next time.
Or the Griswolds. The regular Fritos is like Cousin Eddie.
So the Scoops have their own YouTube channel where they're absolutely batshit crazy now.
No. That's the regular Fritos. The Scoops are upstanding citizens. Maybe a tad racist.
Yeah, I mean you can't knock. That's accurate.
The regular ass Fritos, they're batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Chili cheese are living like doctors.
Oh, dude. Those oh man. That and those what is it, those twists, the honey barbecue twist
those
ones?
Are a little weird for me.
Oh, I love those things. Not as much the chili cheese ones. The chili cheese Fritos are
the chili cheese Fritos except unless you're planning on smooching a fine young lady. Because those things will
Listen,
drop
my
a
breath's
cow
gonna
from
smell-
100 yards breath-wise.
My breath's gonna smell like onions, garlic, like half the time
that's
anyway.
fair.
So they just got to get used to it.
This is just your existence.
Just how it is. If I get a sandwich and it comes with onion, I'm getting a lot of onion on it. So, like, you're gonna be smelling onion for a month off of me. When I sweat, it smells like onion. So,
Gonna
you know,
make you sweat till I bleed. French onion soup.
that'd be weird. Yeah, that would be weird. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, good.
But you know, because I thought about getting the chili cheese Fritos for that, like, you know, Fritos pie, but I was like, I'm already making chili. And you're gonna put like Mexican seasoning on the meat. That feels like those Fritos. That's just too much of all that.
Yeah,
So,
I think you might have opened up a weird realm. Like that's how Doom started, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it tasted good the way it was. It was just, I think from like the texture profile and stuff, it was like that's why I had to add the extra Fritos, because I was like, well, it's like, you know, beans and cooked down meat, and like the chips have kind of lost their crunch. It's like I needed some crunch.
You need that texture balance, boy. That's why I always had just a touch of broken glass.
That's smart right there. Yeah. I like it. So anyway, yeah. So that's a good snack roundup.
Right? See, I feel off my game because I haven't really like cooked a whole lot either. So it's been weird. It's been so fucking hot. I don't feel like doing anything.
Yep.
And I'm in the air conditioning.
Yeah, me too. And it's just the problem. Like where I live is if we run something in the oven, it'll heat up the whole living room. Like, you know, it'll make it hard for the air to stay in front of it. So, and with it being 90 and humid, it's just not been worth it.
That's why, Brian, you need an outdoor oven.
I agree. Yep.
One of them pizza ones or something.
Yeah, that's what I need.
How cool would that be? Have an outdoor wood-fired pizza oven?
Making za all the time.
Bro.
Yep.
Guess what I did today?
Made za?
Za actually sounds pretty good.
No.
Yeah.
It does. Even though we had it the other night, it sounds really good. Like later on, like we'll get into that. But when I got home, I got hungry a little bit later. I'm like, God, I wish I had some more pizza.
Yeah, I mean, Marco's has kind of become my go-to again because
it seems a lot better than it used to be.
I literally have 1 minute from my house.
Yeah, like I remember not liking their pizza for a long time. Like I remember eating it because of when Jeannie and her sister worked there, or Amber?
There. I think Amber might have worked there too, even.
Yeah, but I remember getting like free pizza quite a bit from there. So it was like, well, it's free.
I mean,
so
all pizza that's free is good pizza.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. I got a nephew that works at Little Caesars now. He ain't hooking me up with
you don't
discs
want you don't want free wheels of shame.
I really don't. Not after as many as I ate when we had our shop.
Maybe for nostalgia.
Ooh, once in a while, it gets the job done.
I mean, it does. I'll give you that. It does get the job done.
Yeah, it gets the job done. If you're hungry, it will make you not hungry.
In theory. Anywho, no, I got to see an old guy naked today. That was fun.
Oh, excellent! At the gym or somewhere else?
It's been a while since we went, and we decided over the weekend like we got to go again. I didn't even go work out. I just hung out in the pool with Michelle because they have a really nice outdoor pool. And
you just went to stare at the naked guys.
Jesus Christ, I had no choice. But it was like they have such a nice outdoor pool, and we didn't take advantage of it. And I'm like, we got to use this thing before they close it. Especially because one of the, it's school's in session again, so the kid count is way low.
Yeah, right.
Nice. Mm-hmm. But sure thing. Go down to the locker room just to get on my shit work clothes. Old guy, naked front and center. I just don't understand the complete lack of shame.
Yeah. It is amazing how for years and years and years, like I've always found the line between what guys will do versus what is, air quote, like gay,
Yeah.
like, and I'm saying that with the like, toxic masculinity level of, anything that's, emotional or touching another man in any way or seeing any part of a man counts in that category because they're idiots. But it's so funny how that old school, is like, they'll kiss guys on the cheek, like they'll sit in a steam naked with other men.
Yes.
Like there's all these things they'll do, and that's perfectly masculine and okay. Yeah. It just blows my mind. Yet they were still the ones that raised their sons that if their son happened to like a guy, they would like literally beat the hell out of him. Like how in the hell does this even? Where's the
out the boys from the office all balls out?
Right? Just no cares in the world about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. It's weird.
It's weird. It's always been so strange to me. Never understood it. But I don't understand the whole like, oh, I'm at the gym, I might as well, go completely nude.
Yeah, like I get it if you're like, okay, I got to change. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, you're fresh out of the shower, or you're changing.
But
yeah,
just,
I mean,
like hang out.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
Knee up on the bench. Yeah, talking about the weather, or sports, or whatever.
I mean, at least this
like,
guy didn't talk to me. But still, I was just like, whatever. But it was nice to like after a hot day at work to just hop in a cool pool. I was like, God damn, this feels amazing. It kind of made me go, I really wish I had A, the funds, B, the space for a pool in my yard. Because that would be nice. I don't know.
They just put yourself another kiddie pool out there and just have a soak once in a while, Yeah. Just be like Al Bundy,
I mean, that's not, I'll be honest, we kind of looked at them earlier in the year. Because I was trying to find one of those smallish inflatable ones.
Man, those were hard to find for a while.
And
those were selling for crazy money. Like I remember I was just talking with Jen about this the other night because she just got one of those actually. And I remember seeing an account that I follow on Instagram that's like a reseller kind of person showing pictures outside of Aldi because Aldi would have them occasionally like real cheap. And the line was like 50, 100 people deep.
Holy shit.
And they didn't have anywhere near that many of them in the store. People were lined up before they were open for these things because there were people buying these inflatable pools for like $50 to $300 depending on the size and selling them on like Amazon and eBay for like quadruple their money or more. Like there were some that went for like $1,200 that I saw. That was
brother-in-law last year got a really nice one. And the only reason he got it is because his neighbor was at Myers and they had two. And he bought them both because he knew because his neighbor's one of those guys that's like just a good stand-up dude. And he's like, hey, here's how much it is. If you don't want it, that's fine. He's like, I'll just sell it online, make more money, Yeah.
There was such demand for them with everybody staying home and everything.
Yeah, because we looked last year into it too. And it's like, good luck. Yeah. Good luck there, bro.
Yeah. But I guess Jen got hers for like $50, and it's not huge by any means, but it's certainly not $500 or more like people were paying before for them. Like I saw some of the $100 ones going for like $300, $400, $500, which is insane because those are basically like inflatable kiddie pools. Yeah, they're maybe like 2 foot tall.
Yeah, exactly.
They're small, but I was like, geez,
small.
Whatever, man. I'd be like, hey, kids, here's a sprinkler, or hey, I'm going to buy a garbage can. You can just fill it up with water and stand in place. You can splash
yourself, kids.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand. But I mean, at the same time, like I said, it was so nice today. I'm like, I kind of get it,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and like last summer, too, I think they had most of the public pools were closed.
Right.
Because of COVID and stuff, I know this year they opened them up a little more, but so it's like I understand people wanting to have the pools. I just couldn't understand spending that money on them.
I know, right?
That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
I'd be like, nah, we got a bathtub you can splash around in.
Splish splash, baby.
Let's put some towels down.
Yeah, I don't understand it either.
Yeah. Or, I don't know. I'll go throw you in the lake or something.
But like I said, at the same time, I kind of get it.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so much money, though.
Like honestly, the time would be now to try to find one of those pop-up ones because winter is coming.
Right.
And then just have it for next summer.
Yep. Yeah. And hope it doesn't dry rot or something.
Yeah, exactly.
The only problem with buying those things is you never know if they just seem to develop holes sometimes.
Yeah.
But
they always seem a little sus to me.
Mm-hmm. That's all right. Well, now it's not so bad because you got that like Flex Seal stuff out there.
I mean, that's true. That's a lot of damage.
You find a hole in the thing, you just slap a piece of that on there, and you should be good to go. Or better yet, when you get it and you put it up, just spray the whole outside of it with that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Unless it eats plastic, which I don't know.
Because...
But they show in the thing where they put it in a tray and like lift it out, and it's a whole solid piece of stuff. So even if it does eat the plastic, if it firmly seals itself,
I mean,
who cares?
You're not wrong, I suppose.
Yeah. Or go to your friend's house who has one of these pools, spray the whole outside with this, take a knife, cut down an area, take that home, and just make your own pool. You just spray the seam with Flex Seal again, and it'll all be one again.
Once again, right? That's a lot of damage.
Hey, Flex Seal's a lot cheaper than those pools were, Yeah.
I mean,
can you imagine?
How much is the equal amount of square footage of flex tape?
Right.
I could buy the PVC pipes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just make a whole bottom out of flex tape.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, you just.
I like it. Now we're
like
talking.
That guy. He makes a whole bottom of a boat out of flex.
Cuts the boat in half or whatever, and
it floats on the water.
That's a lot of damage. Fucking guy. Ugh.
Boy, they'd probably love that though if you made something like that and did a YouTube video of it, and they would love that probably.
Cranberry juice hasn't happened in a long time. I think that guy's probably dead by now.
Maybe.
Oh
maybe.
Man, gotta say, Brian. It's only Monday, but I'm a little fucking tired, bro.
Well, it's still warm and humid today. I know it's supposed to be going away finally.
Yeah, that's true.
Or we're supposed to get into like the high 70s with like no humidity here in a few days, which is beauty. Yeah, because we've had 11 days in a row, I think, at 90 degrees.
Yeah, and high humidity. Oh,
yeah,
it's been rough.
It's been fun.
Oh, God.
No, really? Figured you'd love it with what you do for work and such.
Yeah, it's the greatest.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I know, right?
You just got one of those big like bottles of water like attached to your back with a straw to your face.
Like those 5-gallon jugs.
Yeah, so you don't die of dehydration.
Exactly right.
Or just big hamster bottles everywhere at your work.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we're talking, brother.
It'd be pretty funny walking around seeing that.
It would be amazing, actually.
Trying to get a drink.
Like, bro, what are you doing? Leave me alone.
Being a little aggressive on that straw, man.
I know, right?
Really thirsty.
I'm super thirsty.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So where do you want to start here?
Well, I'll tell you what. I need to take a quick breather and let my doggos outside because my lovely lady is in a lot of agony today, unfortunately.
That's not good.
I need to go to bed soon. Can you please let the dogs out?
You said no, of course.
You're on your own.
Yeah, as anyone would.
So I guess before we get into some nonsense, I don't know if there's a commercial you can throw in here. Do you want to just sit here and talk for like 5 minutes to nobody, or?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll start my manifesto right now.
I'm not mad at the manifesto.
No, I'll plug something in here. Probably a thing for like the crazy lifers. Yeah. So all right, well we'll be right back. Sure, they won't know.
Okay, good point.
It could be hours between what we're talking now and you coming back.
That's
for
a
all
valid
they know.
point, my guy.
Yep.
All right, yeah. I'll be right back, and we'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Ooh.
Hey, we're back after that fun little adventure with doggos and everything else.
Yeah.
Yes, quite.
Doggos sounds like a cereal.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, or food for dogs.
Yeah. I mean, it could easily be a cereal as much as the internet loves dogs.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's the move, right?
Dog-os.
Like, new breakfast cereal for your dog,
Dude, I mean, don't knock it. Someone's probably going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No, you're probably right.
I mean, if you go to like any of those weird specialty treat stores, I mean, the desserts they make dogs in those stores, you're like, those, I want that in my mouth.
Right.
It's weird.
Like I'm a good boy.
Exactly. I also am a good boy.
I feel like I deserve one too.
Yeah.
There has to be somebody. There's plenty of people that have probably tried them.
Because people are savages.
Because they look really good and some of them smell decent. So it's like, well, and a lot of it's made with,
like wholesome like stuff.
Yeah.
It's not like they're making them out of like chicken feet and shit.
They might. I mean, you don't know.
I can't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This guy just says.
Chicken feet donuts.
I mean, there's probably some sort of weird specialty donut shop, man, that's making those.
Probably.
Well, I remember that was Sammy Hagar's band for a while there, Chicken Foot.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe somebody made donuts for him called Chicken Feet Donuts. Kind of weird. Sammy Hagar's probably going to send us a cease and desist. He's probably already got that working.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like food truck his.
Like
he's about to sell it for like $50 million.
Cease and desist, and it's like, Sammy Hagar has requested that you stop driving 55. No?
Right.
No.
Oh.
It was horrible. I don't know why I went for it. I had to try.
You didn't, though.
Man.
You could have stopped.
I could have, but, can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, I guess. All right, well, let's get into our weekend, I guess, here and then. Unless you have something else from your week before.
I'll be honest, the week before was just it was basically a fever dream. So,
yeah, it's just you melting slowly over.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Yeah, when I saw you Saturday, you look like you're about a foot shorter now. So
yes,
I figured you just melted
like a candle. I bought some spooky stuff over the weekend. Well, one thing, we were at Target, and they had a metal pumpkin that was painted black on the outside and like painted like almost rose gold on the inside. And it was a candle holder, and I'm like, that's dope. We need that for our Halloween decor. And it's only like $5. And then, when you walk into Target and they're like, here's a bunch of shit no one needs.
Oh, yeah.
I love perusing that shit.
My favorite part is that section. It's like everybody stops pretty much right there and like, oh, what's over here?
Michelle was in the restroom, and unfortunately she got assaulted by a family full of children. She was just waiting. So I was just perusing. And I was like, oh, look at this. It was the last one. I'm like, this pumpkin is meant for me. And then they had this big tin, and it was just like Sharks of the World magnets. I'm like, oh, do I need these? This is only $5 too. These look cool on my fridge. I didn't buy those.
That's how they get you up to $200 without trying. Right.
Like
you're like, okay, we need water and some cheese crackers, and you come out and it's like, how did we spend $300?
What the fuck happened?
These crackers and water were only $8. Like, how did
we? We walked in with a basket. We left with a cart.
Yeah,
crazy. No, let's get to the weekend where you and I did a hang.
Oh, I thought you were going to start with your gaff first.
We did gaff first. The gaff was
chronologically.
It's the German American Festival. for your non-Toledoans out there, and it's something that's been going on for a long time in Toledo.
Right, like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes.
No. No, it's a long time. I don't know how many years it's been going on, but it's a while.
It is. It is. Hold on, I'm pulling up. I can't type apparently. Yeah.
It makes sense.
So we went pretty early. I think it opened up at 2 and we got there like 2:30. You know, because if you have never been to a festival like this at night, it turns into a just complete shit show.
Yeah, it's amateur hour at night.
Yeah.
Like they literally, like I remember a few years ago, we were at Bar 145 and they were busing people from there to the German American Festival. It was all just woo people, you know.
Yeah, it was.
That thing was just college drunkards.
And it's like, I didn't want to deal with that because right up the road from me at El Camino, you know, the big party Mexican restaurant, was one of the bus stops.
Oh, it makes sense.
We drove by and I was like, oh, you know what? If it wasn't 90-some degrees outside and that bus wasn't or had air conditioning, that would be a cool move. You know, also, if I was with like a giant group of people who were all just planning on getting hammered, you know, but it was just like, we're just going to go get a couple, you know, I was going to get a couple beers, we're going to get some food, kind of walk around and then dip. That was the game plan.
Right.
And that's exactly what we did. And it was a good time. But fuck, it was hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wasn't that packed, which was nice, but it was still pretty busy. But, you know, I got a couple boots of beer. Got a bratwurst, you know.
Sausage.
Yeah, Michelle got a ridiculously tiny, overpriced pretzel. And she bought a new pin for her,
hold on.
German American Festival hat she has.
How ridiculously overpriced are we talking? Because I haven't gotten a pretzel there in like 100 years.
I want to say, okay, so it goes in tickets.
Oh,
so
okay.
Each ticket's like 50 cents. So I guess this pretzel that was, I mean, like this big around.
Oh, wow. Okay. So like 3x3, 4x4, something like that?
Exactly. Okay. Very small pretzel. And it was like, it was 7 tickets. So basically it's $3.50.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah,
for
it was slightly bigger than one you'd get out of a bag, basically. But it was a soft pretzel, you know?
Soft pretzel, right? Yeah. The best part of those would probably be like if you got like mustard or cheese sauce.
I mean, you could.
She didn't?
No, I don't know why, honestly.
I mean, that's the reason, right? Those German mustards some of them are really
remember
tasty.
My old beer fest trick was the soft pretzels, and then I just bring my own mustard and like donate the bottle to somebody before the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like, this mustard ain't going home with me, y'all. But it was
who needs mustard?
It was fun. It kind of got me in the mood for like a beer festival, I'll be honest, because it kind of has that vibe, you know.
Sure.
Except way more polka.
Well, especially going through the day, because you're going for, you know, generally through the day, people are there to like you know, let's have a couple beers, let's get some sausage, you know, maybe do some polka dancing and hit the bricks, you know. Yeah. Whole different crowd at night, though. You're
that's
right.
when the animals come out.
Yeah. No thanks. I'm too old for that. I was too old for that, like, forever. Like, I never wanted to be part of that crowd at those things.
It's a little nutty. I was the kilted one, which I felt that was refreshing.
Right.
You know, although I got to say, the first time I had to go into a porta potty, take a leak, that was a little weird.
Yeah, I would think so.
This is different.
Right. So you just stand up on the edges of it,
that would have
right?
been the power move. Yeah. But no, it was a good time. It was a good time. I mean, it always is. It's a fun event. It really is.
Right.
It's just like I'm looking at the picture. Well, you can't see. I'm sorry, Brian. But if you're looking at the video, the website's got a slideshow going, and there's one shot, and it's got to be taken from the Glockenspiel, and just this enormous crowd. And that's like, I don't think they probably had that this year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
yeah, I could see that being the crowd from a couple years ago or something.
The crowd's ridiculous in that picture.
Pre-COVID type crowds.
It wasn't that not busy. Like I figured the Delta
Well,
variant,
the
and
heat probably had something to do with it.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was hot and humid Saturday early. It was nicer later. Like when you took me home, it was fantastic out. Wasn't bad at all. But that was what, midnight?
Exactly.
You
But yeah, so I mean, I had myself a couple beers and took a little post-gaff nap. As you do,
yeah.
Probably inspired by my 2 boots of beer.
Nah, I'm sure that had that and the humidity and heat had nothing to do with that.
And plus, I got up and worked that morning too.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because when my mom saw, or I told her, you guys were going. She's like, he didn't ask if you wanted to go. I'm like, Mom, it's 90 and humid outside.
Like I'm aware of what will kill you.
Right, I'm not allowed to go to anything where it's 90
we
and humid
determined that
outside.
a long time ago.
We found that Brian tries to die when that
happens. Once the weather
happens,
kicks in, no bueno.
No. Yeah, me and summer outdoors events are no good. I think most of that has to do with the medicines I'm on, because almost all of them have the do not stay in the sun kind of thing. So, and I never realized that it could have that drastic of an effect. But yeah,
who knew, right?
But yeah, that whole trying to die thing is right out. I'm not a fan.
It's definitely not something I recommend for you either. Yeah.
Right. Not to mention, and then on top of it, I feel bad because I've ruined someone else's time because somebody's got to go babysit me because I'm, still trying not to die. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have had to at the last one. You could have just left me.
I could have, but I'm not.
I was safe there. Yeah.
That's not my jam.
No, I know.
God damn it, man.
I know. They told me I could stay as long as I wanted. I should have just been like, cool, keep the waters and ice coming.
Keep them coming, boys. Keep them coming.
Hey, if I show you on here where I need beers from, like, we're not going to let you sit here and drink.
That's what you think, because you don't have a choice.
That sounds like horse shit.
Sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Mash.
Because otherwise I'm sure I would have enjoyed it. Like some beer and brats.
I mean, it is the problem I have with it is it is overpriced.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's any festival pretty much.
So I mean, it was like you got to buy tickets, and they're stupid. They couldn't get their damn card readers to work. So the lineups are getting crazy. It's just like, just figure it out. I should have known better. I should have brought cash.
Did they have it to where you could buy tickets in advance?
I'm sure they did, but why would I do that?
Because I'll tell you, if any festivals, I'm sure all the festivals are listening right now. Yes. Dude, that's the move. I mean, I know you might run out and need to replenish, but they should just have an app where you can do it, or do it some way online to where it's super easy and you're just bang, bang, and done.
That would make sense.
And you don't have to worry about anyone getting in line for any of that stuff. You could just do it on your phone, basically. Because that would have been bueno.
That would have made the most sense to do it that way. But, Brian.
Yeah, I guess then they'd have to have scanners at the event. Never mind. That's maybe not the best way. Yeah.
Yeah,
but whatever.
So they could barely get their credit card readers to work. Well.
Yeah. Good thing to learn for future times, though. Take cash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that happens a lot in my brain. When I'm already there, I go, should bring cash.
You too. Dude, I remember at one of the beer fests, I remember that I was going to go buy more tokens, and they were having issues. And I remember T, to the rescue, because you remember T had that bag of tokens with like 1.5 million tokens in it.
I do remember.
And, he would, roll up and be like, I got you. Don't worry about it.
I mean, bag o' tokens, bag o' tea. Miss that boy.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I know.
But yeah. So I mean, I guess like I said, the gaff was good. I'm glad Michelle was there to drive home because halfway through the second boot, I'm like, man, I'll be fine. And now that it's it's like I was thinking about today. I'm like, I don't remember us leaving or going home. So it's probably good that she drove.
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess in that scenario, worst case scenario, I guess you either stay for a little while longer until you're good, or you holler for an Uber or call somebody to come help you
Like
out.
those,
Yeah.
I do remember leaving, actually, now that it's bringing up memories, because I had 3 tickets left. And I was just,
Yeah.
doing the classic, who deserves these tickets as I'm leaving?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, that's fun to do. Like we did at Festival.
Yeah.
Well, I had tickets left. I think I was the only one who had any left. And I remember just walking by and, somebody would be like, hey, here, have some tickets. And they were like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, we're leaving. So 100% sure.
So that's basically what I went. I went, do you guys want 3 tickets? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, cool.
I did that at the Beer and Bacon Festival a few years ago too, because I had bought a bunch of extra tickets thinking I was going to need them and then not needing them. So I gave away, not a lot, but I gave away a few I gave some to one guy that was just, I think I talked about this on the show, but he was cracking us up with just really dirty jokes. Like while it was raining, we were standing under a tent and he was just telling us all these like dad jokes. And they were killing us, but they were, there was also that element of we shouldn't be laughing at some of this stuff because it's, some of these jokes are no longer okay, basically. But some of them he was telling were really just good, funny jokes.
Like good, like classic street jokes, I assume.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they were most of them were like dad jokes too. They were just groaners more than they were laugh-ats, but, yeah. Gave him some, gave somebody else a few, and, it was just kind of as we were walking, I was just like tearing off a couple and be like, "Here, have some tickets. Here, have some tickets."
Like, here you go, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, I just gave a couple to various people because everybody who was with us was leaving, so it wasn't like, anyone was sticking around longer to be like, "Hey, here you go,"
Right.
So why not, right?
Why not?
So yeah, after that, we had ourselves a nice little hang.
We had ourselves a time.
Yeah.
Which was, as always, a good time.
Yeah, I got some stuff downloaded to my PS4.
Yes, you did.
Had some za,
bro.
And the main event.
Yeah. So our pal Cheeto. Which also, by the way, Brian, I don't know how when we were talking about giant Cheetos earlier, he didn't come up.
I thought about it, but I just left it alone. I don't want him getting too big of a head.
I'll teach him.
Yeah.
No, our pal Cheeto, he, we've talked about the seltzers before.
Yeah.
I think we were in our little group chat. Yeah, I put a picture or something up, or whatever. Yeah. I was talking about the stupid Bud Light Seltzer fall flannel pack.
Right.
And, yeah, we decided that we needed to do that. We talked about this on the show, didn't we? That's right.
Yeah,
it's all
we were
coming back to me. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So we did it we did it Saturday. We had ourselves a nice little fall flannel pack tasting party. It's really odd because Bud Light doesn't acknowledge us on their website, by the way. I was trying to pull it up so, we could have some people could look at it. And their website they're like, nah, bro.
I'd be ashamed of it too.
So whatever, I guess I won't bring it up. I'll bring up this other website. So
there is for anyone who would like to, hear our opinions and see our first looks, like our immediate reactions to them. There is a video up on the YouTube.
Click over here and our tab. It brings us to the Seltzy Language Pod YouTube. And oh my God, Seltzy Language presents Seltzy Language? What?
Yep. So by all means, go check that out because, oh boy, if nothing else, you'll probably enjoy our reactions because we
no spoilers.
Yeah, but we immediately have reactions to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an experience.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good time, as I do in general when I do tastings like that. The The funny thing is, I mean, I said no spoilers, but I am just gonna say because I have a fun story.
All right.
They're not good. They're just
not at
good.
all. They're just not.
So I work with this lovely man. He's a friend of mine. I mean, he enjoys to drink. He loves seltzers. So today I was like, you know, because I put a picture up of what we did on our Instagram. I said, stay away from these. And
right.
I asked him today, I was like, hey, man, you want some free seltzers? And he's like, you talking about those fall flannel ones? I'm like, yeah. He's like, nah, fuck that. We got some of those at home. They're terrible. Because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's... I don't know what to tell you on those.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell. I have no idea what I'm going to do with those things.
Yeah.
Maybe as punishment, I'll whip myself like what was that Tom Hanks movie? It was very religious. Remember?
Bachelor Party.
I'll whip myself like in Bachelor Party, and then I'll just like shotgun them.
Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code, but it was like the sequel to Da Vinci Code. Like
Joe versus Volcano.
That was it. I was thinking Da Vinci 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. I don't remember what the second one was called.
Even more Da Vinci Code.
Yes. Da Vinci 2, even colder.
Yeah, exactly.
Code hard with a vengeance.
See, the second Da Vinci Code.
Saints and Sinners or something like that, maybe?
I'm pretty sure the second Da Vinci Code took place in Mexico. It was called Dos Vinci Code.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it.
That was it. I'm just saying. But yeah. So I'll just do that self-flagellation thing. I'll just...
Oh, here we go. Angels and Demons was the sequel. That was close. That is Saints and Sinners. I was getting there. Yeah. I was getting there.
But yeah, I'll just whip myself and shotgun those seltzers as punishment.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but...
How about you're just walking and drinking those, and I'm just behind you with the bell and yelling shame.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds about right too. Like I pulled them out of my fridge.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I was like, these are taking up precious space for this other tasty little vittle I got. Anything. Like whatever else you had to put in there is... I mean, we don't have a giant fridge anyway, so to devote that much room. If I would have known, I would have just put 4 cans in the fridge.
Yeah.
You know, but who knew? Aren't you glad we weren't trying to crush a full can each?
Oh, man. Yeah. No way. It wouldn't have happened. It's rare that I'll start drinking something and be like, there's no way I'm finishing this. But I don't think I could have. I don't think my stomach would have let me finish 4 or one each of those.
It was pretty bad.
So, yeah. But anyway, go check out the video because it is, especially if you like laughing at us making weird faces and such, you'll probably get a good kick out of it.
We have one of our friends reach out and say they enjoyed the video a lot.
Yeah, I've actually had 3 other people, like during our recording, say very similar things. Work. So they've all, especially, I guess, liked the same thing, which is my initial reaction to the toasted marshmallow one.
Nice.
So
the showstopper.
Yeah. So, I haven't even watched it, so I don't even know what that looks like. But I'm sure.
I posted it, but I definitely didn't watch it.
Yeah. So I assume you didn't edit it at all, then, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I snipped out the very beginning. I snipped out the end. The stuff in the middle, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to get up and walk to the fridge. Because we were talking a lot during all that, too.
It just makes me laugh because that was the whole intent there was those were going to be the like stop points where, when you have to go get another one.
What am I, a video producer?
Love it. All right, fair enough.
I thought about it and I was like, man, that's a lot of work. And I'm hot.
I hope it's... Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm not a video producer, people.
Yeah. Right. But it was definitely a good time. Always is when we hang and such, but that was...
Well, plus we watched a little MXC, too, while we're eating some za.
and some terrible movie
that
previews.
Was fun. That was fun.
Oh man, but yeah, you're right. Watching MXC was nice. It was a throwback to our youth, because that's probably the last time I've seen it.
Yeah, I think so. I think so for me too.
Yeah,
it was
back
a
in
good
the
time.
day. Yeah. So, highly recommend watching the video. Highly don't recommend getting the seltzers.
No, they were not good. So I'm definitely. I like the idea of doing a like a review / reaction to various variety packs like that, and we might have to do something like that again.
Yeah. Well, like you said, for a fact there's going to be a Christmas one.
It's going to probably be horrible.
Yeah. It was funny because when we were talking about it, I thought about it later, and a friend of mine mentioned that she's like, it'll probably be like the Jones Soda holiday pack, where they have like the turkey and dressing, the cranberry soda. I was like, oh God. I was like, cranberry'd be okay.
I could deal with a cranberry seltzer. I like cranberry.
Yeah.
But if you're talking like, fucking turkey and giblets or something.
Oh God. That'd just be terrible. Hopefully it won't be that bad, but I'm sure it will be. Because it's going to be there's going to be like cranberry, and then like probably, like I said before, like a gingerbread. There'll probably be a candy cane, and I don't know what the fourth one would be, but
cranberry, yeah, for sure. Ginger, or like ginger spice.
They did have a fruitcake soda from Jones, so maybe they'll go fruitcake seltzer, like you said. And God, I hope not.
I mean, I almost wouldn't be mad if they did something kind of piney, because I like a piney IPA. But I don't know if that would translate well in the seltzer world, because the pininess is from sweet, delicious hops.
Yeah, I also feel like that's probably too far for what they're doing.
Like Pine Sol, the seltzer.
Yeah, they're still trying to keep it in the air quote food realm,
right?
At least with the fall ones,
for sure. Like peppermint, ginger something, cranberry. There's got to be one more for Christmas we're not thinking about.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
The holidays. It'll be something dumb like Whiteout or something like Mountain Dew does. Because they just run out of ideas, and they're like, I don't know, just make up a flavor and put it in a can.
It tastes like snow.
Exactly. Like freshly driven snow.
Delicious. Hopefully it's gravy.
Or it's like
that's my
reindeer ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm trying to think.
Yeah. Yeah, unless it's like sugar cookie or something.
Well, if
they do
like a cookies one, kind of, for Santa and his goddamn cookies. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. This year leaves Santa out a cookie seltzer instead. Yeah. Oh, dude, can you imagine if it was like a cookies and milk one?
Oh God.
It'd be so horrible.
Like where do you get the milkiness from? Well, we use like lactose sugar. It's like those milk stouts,
Yeah.
Sounds awful.
Well, I guess it depends on how it's done, because if it was like cookies and milk, but it was done kind of like a White Russian,
I mean, maybe
could be delicious. But they're not going to go that way. They'll figure out some really fake, awful flavoring instead, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Okay.
Have they already announced it?
I don't know. This must have been last year. So they put out, Bud Light, of course, put out the Ugly Sweater Pack.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
So, okay, they'll probably just do this again. It's nice time for a pop-up, you piece of shit. So it was, what is this pop-up now? What are we doing?
Oh, geez, dude. You really got to quit with the porn while you're trying to do other stuff.
So it's cranberry apple crisp, which we already had, ginger snap, and peppermint patty.
Okay, so 3 of those we were certainly okay. I didn't even know the flavors of last year, but we were easily, pretty easy guesses. I thought. I can't imagine they do apple crisp though again if they just did it for the fall pack though. So I wonder if they'll replace it. Also, it must have done well as far as they're concerned for them to make it a game.
Well, I don't know if they're making it again per se.
No. I mean, they made the ugly sweater pack, and then in the flannel pack, they put the apple crisp
right
in twice. Unless you were saying it was a cranberry apple crisp.
It was cranberry,
just
apple crisp.
Okay. So they've made apple crisp twice. I don't know about any of the other flavors, but they made apple crisp twice now.
Apparently.
Oh my God. That was one of the, well, no, it wasn't. That was actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. Apple crisp was one of the ones we were like, it's okay. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, if they do the ugly sweater pack, Brian, are you in?
Oh, of course. No, I am. As much as I shouldn't be, I am. I'll tell you, this is another one of those scenarios that I miss T, because it'd be so much fun to have you, me, and him doing the reactions for those. Because I can't imagine. I'm just picturing him with some of those that we had the other night.
God, it would be the greatest.
Oh, man.
Like, I know. It's, yeah, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
A sigh.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll handle it. We'll handle our business, I guess. But yeah, I'm definitely in, because, why wouldn't I be, right?
Yeah, after I took you back to your hacienda, I was like, I came home I was out. It was a long
that's why it
made
me laugh. It made me laugh when when Michelle made that comment to, jokes on you when you'll be the one up all night, and you're like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, right. Like I said, when you told me you had 2 naps, I'm like, damn, son, you should be good to about 10:30 now.
Accurate. I did. I took multiple naps, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah, you got a little more time than usual, and then that was it. Your body was like, power down time,
baby. Yeah, it was rough.
So Thursday, I had to go up to get my testosterone shot, which found out something interesting. I got to have blood work whatnot done again, and if my levels are at a decent spot, I actually might be able to go on a testosterone pill instead of having to get the shots. Nice. And apparently the body metabolizes it better, so it's better, like, as far as your liver goes. So that's potentially, but my liver levels were a little high last time I had blood work. So he's like, I'm not going to put you anything new, because we don't know for sure that it won't make it worse, basically. So
they're like, have you been drinking Bud Light seltzers? Because we're detecting weird activity.
He's like, God, no. My doctor actually, when he saw the numbers, asked me about my drinking habits, and I was like, yeah, I barely drink anymore. I was like, yeah, whatever's affecting my liver is either probably just from being fat or my medicines. So,
like, does this include shots, Doc? That's not really drinking. That's just medicine.
Right. It only counts as one whiskey if I drink a fifth, right?
Exactly. Just one big glass of whiskey. I only have one whiskey a night.
Yeah. It's like those big ass, like those coffee mugs that everybody gets.
My water bottle.
Yeah. It's like 60 ounces of whiskey. It's like one of Dev's old G&Ts.
Yes, exactly.
Those big, like, mugs you get at the convenience stores.
Speaking of Dev, post happy birthday to him.
Oh, yeah.
And do you remember a few years ago when we went out for his birthday and we just kept feeding him fucking White Russians? No matter what he ordered, he got a White Russian.
Yes. Right?
Good times.
That was a good time.
Happy birthday, Dev.
Yeah, definitely happy birthday, Dev. So while we were up there, we went to Goodwill, and while we were in there, this girl walks up to my brother and is like, hey, have you guys been over to the estate sale close to here? And he's like, no. And she's like, they got a bunch of comic books. He was wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt. And, so we were like, what the hell? So we went over to that. I haven't been to an estate sale inside the house before. I've been to an estate sale where it was like basically a garage sale. They had a bunch of stuff like kind of in the yard and then in the garage sale, or in the garage type, But this was the first one I've been in where you actually go in the house. And I gotta say, it's really weird because they don't, like, there's still like vitamins on the counter, deodorant in the bathroom. Like you literally feel like you just walked into someone's house on a normal day, but just everything's for sale.
That is kind of weird.
It was kind of weird to me, but that's how estate sales a lot of times are done, because literally everything in the house is for sale, basically. Yeah. And I'll tell you that apparently the guy who lived there was a judge, and he had so many books in his basement.
Really?
Like, yeah, like we're upstairs and they did have a lot of comic books, but this dude was a huge fan of The Shadow. Right. That was the bulk of what he had, and nothing we were really interested in. But he had some really cool like retro toys from like our childhood or my brother's childhood.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm not really sure how old he was, unless maybe he had a son that had some of that stuff and he just never got rid of it or something.
Keeping it.
Yeah, right. Because seriously, some of the stuff was very much from like my brother's generation, like some Hot Wheels stuff he had, and some of it was from like when we were kids. So that's quite a difference in time, because my brother's 58 and I'm 43. Right. That's quite a bit of difference, So, but anyway, and upstairs was pretty normal kind of stuff, and we go into the basement, and like I said, it's a huge basement. It was a really nice house. It was a huge basement. And we go into the first room, and there's a lot of books. And I'm like, wow, this guy had a lot of stuff. And I'm looking at just the assortment of stuff. And on one shelf, it was like Plato, Aristotle, a bunch of philosophy kind of books.
Man, my dumb head. You said Plato. I was picturing like Play-Doh. Not like Plato.
No. Plato, yeah. But the next shelf had a bunch of like Asimov and a bunch of sci-fi. Then he had a huge amount of books on tape, or not books on tape. I'm sorry, like old radio shows on tape. I mean on tape, not CD or anything like tape, And then he had a bunch of books on law, a bunch of books on guns, stuff on like mysteries and murders. He had stuff on like art, like a huge selection of like interpretations of art and all this other kind of stuff books. And I was like, damn, this is a very broad ranged person, like it looked like he read, or they read, maybe his wife, kids, I don't know, whoever lived there though read about it. Looks like a little of everything.
That's pretty cool.
There were a bunch of religious books there. It was just crazy. And like this room I'm in, you go into the next room and there was even more books. And then you go around this corner into this other room, and it looked like there was just some like toys and like games from like the 70s and stuff, like board games in really good shape too, And then you turn and there's all these bookshelves, and there's just more books. I'm like, God damn, like this guy literally had a library. And I don't mean that in like a person having like one little room with 4 bookshelves. This guy probably had 15, 20 bookshelves full of books.
That's wild.
It was crazy how many books he had in there, and just like I said, all over the place on the subjects, I was like, damn, this, like, if they read all these books, I mean, that's impressive. Right? Like, I don't know how old the person was, but that was a lot of books.
26.
Yes. They were all fake. It was just any one of the books, if I'd actually pulled it off the shelf, would have just opened to a secret passage. But
this is an IKEA display.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of secret passages, in the guy's office, he had a Shakespeare bust, and my brother walked up to it and kind of moved. Like he was trying to see if the head would move like I'm Batman.
I don't blame him.
And I was like, yeah, I'll never see a Shakespeare bust and not think that, that it should lift up and there should be a red button on it.
I kind of want that just to have. They got to sell that.
They totally made those. Yeah. They made those back when we had the shop. I almost got one. Because how could you not, right? That I don't know. I'm sure you can still find them. They're probably available on eBay and stuff. If not, I don't know what they cost anymore. But because they had it to where the head comes back and has a button on it.
Yes. Looks like you can buy it for the low price of, at least on this website, $229 to $269.
That's probably fairly close. If I remember correctly, I think they were about 150 or $200 when we had our shop. Now, we would have got it for half, but it still would have been.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's one of those Batman prop type things I would like to have.
I almost feel like if you just had the proper amount of gumption and stutch, that you could just get a Shakespeare bust and hollow it out and chop its head off and put a hinge on it and
probably. Yeah.
Because I kind of want one like for the podcast area. Because it'd be great to just flip the head up and hit a button and everything powers on.
That actually would be really cool. Yeah. And I'm sure that'd be easy enough to wire.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking.
But yeah, it's just I only bought one thing from the thing, which was a book of that has a collection of Drew Struzan posters in it.
Right.
And I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's a dude who did like all the original like Star Wars posters and the Indiana Jones posters, the full painted ones.
Yeah.
That are fucking awesome. Yeah. And it's a book of his stuff, which was pretty awesome. He also had a portfolio of another comic artist named Bill Sienkiewicz, which I know you know who he is because he's done Punisher covers and Electric covers and stuff. He's got a real, like when you see his stuff, you 100% know it's him, kind of.
One of those styles. You're like, and
you're like, that's Sienkiewicz for sure.
Yeah, I got you.
But it was a portfolio, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, it's for the Shadow. I was like, like I'm not, the Shadow doesn't do anything for me. So,
I mean, I don't blame you. Only the Shadow knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men.
Yeah,
I guess. Saying.
That's what I've heard. But it was very, very strange walking through a house like that. Like I said, I'd never really done that before.
I've never been to an estate sale either. I've heard they're good times. Like you can get some stuff real cheap. But
sometimes, like the one we went to, it was the first day. Yeah, we went the first day, so everything was marked pretty high. Obviously, I mean, I'm looking for stuff I can, either want for myself or maybe can resell. And it's just even to just buy the stuff was high.
Right.
On a lot of it, so it was like they were only doing it 3 days though. So it was like day 1 was full price. Day 2 was 25% off. Day 3, I think, was 50% off. So we talked about going back up on Saturday because that was a 50% off day, but we just didn't end up doing it. Neither of us really had any money.
Fuck
so
that. We're good.
Because they had like a Canon point and shoot or not point and shoot. I mean, SLR camera from like the 60s or 70s that I was like, that'd be kind of cool to get, but I forgot what they wanted for it. It was like $70, which really wasn't a bad price, but it was just, I was like, that's one of those, like if you went up Saturday and it was half off, I'd be like, yeah, I'll take that for $35,
Half off is
but there wasn't a whole lot. I was like, oh man, other than some of the toys were cool, and they had, like I said, they had a lot of
retro
vintage
toys being pretty cool.
Yeah, but again, they were all like, do you remember the football, the Mattel Electronics football game?
The one with that basically had red flashing lights as players.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. They had one, I believe that it was a 2-player one where both sides would hold it at the same time. I don't remember if it was football or it was something else, but anyways, it was a game both. And, he had one of those. He had, like I said, some Hot Wheels stuff. He had some models, like little models. And, I collect Mustang Hot Wheels and stuff. He had a couple Mustang models and stuff, but they had them marked at like $40. And I looked them up on eBay and I was like, I could probably get those for half that price, So, like I said, they went high on a lot of stuff, which I understand because day one, they're just,
trying to make
hoping to get. Yeah, I don't blame them. Well, and because it's an estate sale, they're paying someone else, to do all the stuff. So, I understand marking things maybe a little higher than they should be. That way, once you pay the people for doing the sale, you still get a good amount. Yeah, for sure. But it was strange. But there was some really cool stuff in there. Like I said, I kind of wish we had gotten there earlier. We didn't get there till like 3:00 that day. I wish we could have gotten there earlier because, you know, you never know what goes first. Yeah. You know, cool thing was like, there were people right across the street moving in. And when we were walking up, they were walking out with like lamps and end tables.
I mean, that's kind of a good move.
Yeah, right. And I was like, that's awesome. You know, you just move into the house. Maybe you need some stuff. There's a sale across the street. So, what the hell? And all you got to do is cross the street, you know? So, and the tables they had were really cool, like old tables. Like those were like solid wood tables, you know? They had a really cool. Yeah, they had like a roll top desk, you know, which you don't see much anymore. But
those are cool.
They had one of those, and it was a good size one for like $125, which really is not bad for a desk the size it was. And it's that, like I said, it's that old style. But dude, it was upstairs.
That's going out the window.
The stairway, dude, seriously, because that stairway was not that big. I was like, and there's a pretty sharp turn, so I don't even know how the hell you'd get it out of there aside from just winging it out the window.
always opt for the window.
Because but it was a nice I mean, I wasn't going to buy it, but it was still like, that was the first thing I pointed to my brother. I'm like, how would you get that out of here? And he goes, I wouldn't.
Accurate, right?
And I was like, well, because like in the office, they had a really solid, big desk, you know, like one of those executive style desks. And it was super nice. And I was like, again, I'm like, how the fuck they even get this in here? They just build it with the house.
I mean,
you know,
I imagine it came in pieces, and then they, you know, not the owner, some other guy put it together.
Yeah, right. Like I can't imagine how they would have gotten it in there otherwise, because it was so big and long that even taking it apart, I don't know how you would the only thing I can think of is the way the stairway was. If you had some really strong dudes that could hold it up above them, they could navigate the turn without having to worry about actually turning it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But that would be real risky.
Risky business, eh?
Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, like I said, some really nice furniture in there, but you know, no way in hell I'd want to move it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Like I'll take that, but I'm gonna have to get somebody to come get it.
Mark's sold on this thing. I'm hiring some young strapping men.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some young knees and backs to come get this.
like hop on what was that, Fiverr or whatever.
Right, or TaskRabbit or something like that. Yeah. Need strong knees and backs.
Exactly.
That won't seem dicey at all.
Need strong young shaved men. Wait,
why do they have to be shaved? Also, what are you talking, like head to toe shaved or what? I mean, all right, because I'm sure they're going to ask.
LOD haircuts.
That would be nice. And outfits. They have to show up in the full getup.
Full Road Warrior gear.
Mm-hmm. It's a very tough, very niche hire.
Very.
They show up and they're like, all right, what do you need us to do? I'm like, yeah, you get them desks down.
What the fuck?
We have to wear the gear because I said so. I'm paying you.
Because there's nothing more hilarious than watching dudes move furniture in football pads covered in spikes.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. I can't even imagine watching somebody try to get those down there. I was just thinking about it, too. I was telling my brother, I'm like, there's going to be so many of those books that are going to end up probably at, like, Goodwill or the library.
Guaranteed.
That dude had to have thousands of books.
That's pretty cool.
There's no way. I can't imagine anyone's going to come in unless there's like a used bookstore or something that buys them out. You know, that would be the only way. Otherwise, there's going to be tons of those books. You know?
I mean, from my experience, libraries take books as donations.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So does Goodwill, so they'll take them. But I did a quick peruse while we were there, just see if there's anything I was interested in, you know, just any books I was looking for, especially books. Yeah, of course I got that. I looked through the art books for sure because, you know, a lot of the books in the art shelf look pretty old. And I was looking to see if there was any, you know, any books I recognized in there. There was no real specific discipline in the art stuff, though. It was more just like kind of general art books. It wasn't like Art Nouveau or anything like that. You know, it's just very much like, here's how to interpret modern art kind of thing. And that was kind of, stuff like that. But whatever. Quite a collection, though.
Like
I mean, kudos to whoever it was. That was a hell of a book collection.
Yeah, quite nice.
So,
quite nice. Great success.
Great success. Yeah. So I know we talked about this for a minute the other night, but did you see? This past week, the developers of Saint Row announced there's going to be a new one coming out in what is it, January or December or something like that? I think.
Yes.
February. I don't know. I know it's near the new year or just after, whichever. But and they posted some video of the game, not gameplay video, but just video of the game or whatever. And they got a lot of backlash, basically just saying, why are you trying to be Grand Theft Auto? Because the whole thing that lured people to Saints Row was that it was sort of Grand Theft Auto, but even more ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah. That you could do some really crazy fun stuff in the game you couldn't do anywhere else. And I kind of agree. That was part of why I really liked playing it. Like, I enjoyed some of the silly levels of it. And even, in like 3, when you get to the point that, you can't be killed, essentially,
right.
It was still fun going around doing crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
4 jumped the shark. 4 went too far, like with all the superpowers and stuff. I think it got a little nutty.
It did. Like with 4, it eventually hit a point where just like, this isn't even fun anymore.
Yeah, it's like I can do whatever I want. And it wasn't, I don't know why, but 3, you hit a point like that too, but it was late in the game. It wasn't until almost the end, I think, to where I was like pretty close to unkillable.
Right.
I mean, because I remember in some of the last missions where, they're like, get a car and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm just going to walk in, like they can't kill me.
Exactly. Like, why would I get a car and do anything?
I'm just going to walk in and go guns blazing and, holler at my boys to come for the backup,
I mean, I kind of understand what people are getting with, because it's like, I think people were enjoying the silly, off-the-wall nonsense. I mean, that's why I liked it, too.
Same here. It's the reason why when you first recommended it to me years ago, and I got, I don't know, 2, I think it was, and I was like, this is so much fun.
So I kind of wonder if what they're going to do is...
Also, playing co-op in it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I imagine they're going to keep some silly nonsense in the game, but it's not going to be as off the wall.
Yeah. There's also potential that they just haven't shown us a lot of it yet. Maybe there's going to be way more wackiness, but there is a lot of things in it that, like I said, it's, like GTA 5 brought some wackiness into the game. Like some of the missions you do, like when you get high, like where you have to kill the clowns or the aliens, or those are wacky, fun missions. But whereas Saints Row had, like the one in, what was it, 3, I think it was, like where you go through and you're reenacting, or is it 4, where you're reenacting the movie?
Oh, right.
That's kind of fun. And or going on the game show, where you actually have to go through the game show kind of thing is ridiculous. And so maybe they'll I hope they bring some elements of that into it, or like on the newest one, the one DLC is literally, you're going around with basically a Red Ryder BB gun, shooting elves and stuff, like, because I think you're chasing down Santa or something like that, or you're going to rescue Santa. It's so stupid. You have like an ugly Christmas sweater on, it's very ridiculous, but it was so much fun.
I mean, I have a feeling it's still going to be fun and nonsensical. It's just not going to have superpowers,
which I'm okay with. I don't know that I need the superpowers.
It was fun for a game, but if they made a franchise out of it, I'm good. Like, I'd rather not.
That was my thing, was like the superpowers was kind of fun, but it also gets kind of old because it's like, like I'm at the point in 4, I haven't even finished 4 because I had already hit that point to where I'm like, I can literally show up anywhere and I basically can't be killed, but it's real hard to kill me. So there's not really a challenge. Like, I don't have to dodge shots for the most part. I can just stand there and take them because I'll kill all of them before they kill me.
Exactly.
And I know it, so it's like, and like climbing the tower thing in there at first, it's really challenging. You know, those beacons or whatever they have in the game.
Whatever's.
But once you charge up your like super jump thing, it's super easy because you're just leaping huge amounts of it at a time. And then it's like, this isn't even a challenge anymore, you know? So, and, you know, granted, you could choose to not use the superpowers.
True.
But you're not going to because they're there.
I mean, like I know in the fourth one, I'm sure people are probably like, shut the fuck up about Saints Row, guys.
Yeah.
Like it would be the whole.
The Saints Row.
It made more sense to run and fly than it did to get a car.
Yes, exactly, and that was the other thing. That's my point. Is it's like when you hit that point to where, or not even just fly, but just run.
Run super fast.
Run like the Flash. So it's like, why would I get a car and go slower? You know?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, if they got rid of that stuff, I'd be.
Or nerfed it some.
Why not? I just think make a superhero game if you want, or like superhero DLC or something.
Right. See, that's the other thing I was thinking is that I could see where they make a base game to where it's like, hey, this is just a good solid game, maybe a little nuttiness here and there, and then make just crazy DLC could be a lot of fun.
Look at some of the mods people have made for GTA.
Oh, like, yeah, right?
You know, any superhero you can think of, someone's made it in a mod for GTA.
Yeah, totally. There's been a ton of really goofy stuff done.
One of the best ones is the Magneto one.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
That's exactly what it is. You have Magneto's powers, and you can, fling metal and stop bullets and fly and.
Wow! Yeah. All right. I like the one where it was done like was it like Mario Kart? I think it was it one of them, or just ones as Mario. Obviously, the aliens going around doing stuff has been kind of funny.
Oh, yeah.
Not for the people I'm sure that get assaulted, but for when the aliens just attack the other aliens, it's kind of funny. You know, they're gang wars.
Right.
Yeah, but you're right though. There's tons of those. Or plus GTA's evolved into that whole where they have those servers that are literally people RPGing that game. Where you're role playing as like, okay, I'm a guy who works at Cluckenbell basically or something,
so
and that's my thing. I get to do this.
That's so weird to me.
I know, me too. I don't
like I have The Sims. I'll just play that.
Yeah. But hey, whatever. But it was, just kind of wrap up Saints Row. It's like one of those things that, like we've talked about before, is like the internet immediately just wants to shit on it. And it's like, how about we wait a little longer, see some gameplay?
Well, the internet is always constipated.
Yeah. Well, and also this is, it's not what I'm used to.
Yeah, exactly. It's a beloved franchise.
But at the same time, though, it's like, they put out 5 games like that.
Yeah.
And I know it's the same as like, when Metallica cut their hair and tried something different, right? It's like people were like, this is terrible. And it's like, but it's hard to shit on these guys for wanting to do something a little different.
You're not wrong.
They put out, I don't blame an artist or a developer or whatever for wanting to shift the game. I don't like the idea of let's just keep making the same game over and over and over, I think that's where 5 kind of hit that peak to where it was like, the powers and the goofiness, some of it just kind of got old, and it was like, okay, like I said, 4 was still a lot of fun. 5 I felt like went too far because
it was
the
fun,
super,
but it was like
you get too
drunk
too fast.
You get too OP.
Yeah, like I don't think I'm anywhere near the end, and I feel like I'm almost unstoppable. Like. There's still finite levels on my jumping and blah, 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 but not enough that it matters, Like literally, like I said, I can go up those beacon things in like no time, and those should be challenging, but they're not. Once you can really jump and fly, they're not challenging at all, so yeah. Anyway. And one last thing, which is if you haven't played the other Saints Rows, seriously, give them a shot. Especially they remastered 3, which I think is my favorite one.
When I saw they remastered it, I've kind of been keeping an eye on it because it's little too overpriced for me to, buy a game that I've already beat. But if they have a sale on it and it's good enough, I will buy it and just to replay it.
Yeah, me too. Because I remember playing it and then you and I playing co-op in it, and I was like, "This is a lot of fun to play co-op.
It was good stuff.
So yeah, like I said, if you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. Especially 4. You can probably get 4 really cheap, but I think 4. That's probably also because it's a little. It's still got some really good stuff in it, but I think I got about halfway done with the game, and I'm like, like I don't really care if I finish it. The DLC I might go in and finish because that was silly.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Plus I kind of want to just see how it ends because there's a lot of Christmas story references in that, and Christmas movie type references. It was kind of fun. But
Noisy.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah. All right. I thought I had one more thing here. Do you have anything?
I have one thing.
All right. Let's do that. I'm trying to.
The one thing I have, I just saw randomly online. And it really made me laugh, man. Because apparently, Ford in Germany, right? They celebrate what's called Christopher Street Day in Cologne, which is basically Germany's like Pride Day. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I guess the Ford plant or the Ford headquarters or whatever is like in Cologne, not too far from this place. But they're all about it.
Okay.
So you know what the Raptor is, right? That big ass like off-road ready F-150 they make.
Oh yeah.
So they've come out with, they started building the Ford Ranger again, the smaller pickup. And of course they have a Ranger Raptor now. So it's like a smaller, off-road ready Ranger.
Sure. It's a Whopper Junior.
Yeah, exactly. And you know that like really kind of like a light, almost like sky blue that you see some of the Mustangs and stuff in? Well, that's called Performance Blue.
All right.
And someone on their social media saw the Ranger Raptor in a Performance Blue and said, "That's very gay." So Ford's response was they came out with a Ranger Raptor for CSD Day, and its official title is the Very Gay Raptor. and it's like it's rainbow painted, like the from the hood back to like the rear fenders, and then the other, and it kind of like dips down, and then the other half is like sparkly gold paint. I think it's hilarious though that their response was, "We're gonna make and it has a sticker in the fucking on the windshield that says hashtag Very Gay Raptor."
Wow.
I love the response.
That's fantastic. They should give that away.
Oh yeah, for sure, right?
That should be a prize for somebody who's at the event or something like that. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that they leaned in heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, instead of going, "Oh geez, blah blah blah," they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll show you gay."
You want exactly like you want gay? We got you.
I love it.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
that was like a kudos to Ford.
Very rare you see some, I love once in a while, like when you see these companies lean in heavier on, something like that.
It's like a social media comment, and they're like, "Fuck that guy."
Yeah, exactly.
That guy right there.
Seriously, it's
very gay guy. Fuck him.
Yeah.
We're going to show him what's gay.
So I hate when people pull that crap, It's like, no, it's a blue truck. That's what it is. It's not possible that it has a gender preference or a sexual preference. It's a truck.
Now, the Very Gay Raptor on the other side.
That's a different story.
But yeah, that's really the only news story I got.
All right. Well, I only got one other thing that I can remember. I felt like I had something else, but I don't. This would have been a shut up and take my money, but it's sold out already.
Well, I was still going to get one of these.
Shut up and take my money.
All right. So I don't know if you knew this or not, but Arby's has like gear and stuff. Right?
Okay. Go on.
Like they have clothing, accessories, and such. So they made a set of Arby's D&D dice.
What?
Yeah, and
hold on, I gotta look this up.
It looks like the set had, you know, an 8, a 10, a 20. That's weird. That doesn't look like a 10-sided die. Anyway, you know, anyways, it's what, 3, 6, 7 dice, and it was $12. Now, had they still been available, I would have bought a set of these.
What is in the middle?
It just says Arby's. It's their logo.
Oh, it looks like there's like a black blob floating in the middle of these dice.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there is something inside of them. I don't know if that's to weight them or what that is, but yeah, there looks like there is something inside of them.
Huh.
There is some weird black blob. I don't know for sure what that is. It's probably just something in the...
Yeah, probably.
Because they're essentially clear otherwise. I do wonder if they'll make others in the future, like maybe they'll make different colors or something.
I can't believe that there's Arby's fucking gear.
Dude, they sell like... Do you remember how the Arby's logo... It's supposed to be a big hat. Did you see that?
I see they have a 10-gallon hat.
They have a 10-gallon
I see that, Brian.
I kind of want one
weird,
of those.
like pixelated pins and shit.
Yeah, they have a shirt that says, you know, we have meats naturally. Yeah, they have a whole bunch of other stuff. Because I was like, I didn't even know Arby's had stuff.
Well, now I gotta look at their accessories. Party shades, fucking sick. Greek Euro Games poster. I should buy that and hang it up on the wall behind me.
That's why I was very surprised when I heard about this stuff.
I have an Arby's cooling towel. And it just has the Arby's logo. It just says Space Meats Truth. And it's meat like, you know, meat.
Right, of course.
What the fuck, Arby's?
I was just looking to see if any of these dice have shown up on eBay yet, since they're sold out.
I mean, I'm not mad at this beach towel. It's just Body by Bacon.
It does not look like they've... It does not look like any have hit eBay just yet.
Well,
so
I gotta look at their clothing.
Once people start getting them, they probably will. But yeah.
Well, God damn it, the shirt's sold out. They have a beefy Aloha shirt.
I just saw that. They have a beefy Aloha swimsuit. I mean, how about the "Do you even curl, bro?" And it's a curly.
I'm not mad at that.
Hey, they have a beefy Aloha bucket hat. You could go that route.
Oh, dude, this beef and cheddar beatbox tee, that is fucking dope, actually. I wish that wasn't sold out.
Oh, man, that is good.
God
dang it. I'm actually surprised there's a couple things I'm actually
this Arby gear ain't bad.
Yeah.
Sun's out, buns out, tank top.
Yeah. The best thing's the beefy Aloha shirt.
The
for
beefy
sure.
Aloha. I mean, I see why it's sold out. That's amazing.
Just the title of it's fantastic. Yeah.
That is
my
unfortunate.
God.
Oh, and it comes in orange, my favorite color.
Oh man, that's too bad.
No, I don't need to subscribe. What am I doing?
You do too. I think you should.
I would have rocked this shirt so hard.
Dude, did you see on the sunglasses across the top it says "All I see is meats"?
I didn't see that. Oh my God! Are you talking about the party shades? Oh
for
hell
sure,
yeah! That's fucking
All
dope.
I see is meats across the top. Oh Lord! All right. Well, this turned into even better than I thought. I just thought the dice thing was hilarious because it even said, like, Arby's even said on their like social media or something. It was like, by popular demand, people have been wanting us to make dice because I guess they've got a whole thing in the D&D community that, you know,
really, that
they're real popular in that community or whatever. So they put out Arby's dice.
Let me just tell you about the wraparound shades, Brian. The party shades. It says. When all you see is meats, the view is spectacular. These mirrored wraparound style shades will let everyone know the meats are within sight. They go with literally any outfit and are perfect to wear literally anywhere. Trust us.
Oh my. You know, the thing I like too is that like most of the stuff is not like insanely
priced.
It's
pretty affordable.
You know, pretty normal pricing. Like t-shirts are $20. The Aloha beefy Aloha shirt was what, $35. That's pretty standard for that kind of shirt. You know, the 10-gallon hat's $20. It's nothing
in description of the 10-gallon hat is. It's all about the iconic Arby's 10-gallon hat. This is the piece that'll take any outfit to the next level. Plus, it's tall enough to hold a curly fry and a beef and cheddar. All right, Arby's. I'm digging your website here.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. That is something. I had no idea they made diet. That's insane to me.
Neither. Yeah. Dude. So under collections, I just clicked on holiday collection. They have meat JAMA pants.
All right, I'm clicking. I'm clicking for our video our video people.
Arby's meat print wrapping paper.
That's unfortunate. Those are sold out.
Yeah. And I mean, the holidays are coming, so
Oh,
maybe they'll be coming
gaming
back.
collection. You know? Hold on.
All right, where are we at here? Let's have. Yep. Oh, we've seen all that stuff.
Oh, god damn it! All right.
Yeah,
I gotta
sorry.
stop looking. I gotta get off this website, or I'm gonna end up buying shit.
Oh man, that's some good shit. Wow. Space beats truth.
Man,
How about that?
Party shades are pretty dope. Oh, I see these meats.
They have an Arby's koozie.
The same like meat.
They have Arby's cornhole bag sets, which you just get the bags, not the board. Oh, they have the boards too. Okay, those sold out though. But the bags, one is Arby sauce and the other's horsey sauce.
I mean, that's kind of cool, actually.
I am not mad at that.
That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, god damn it. They actually did a really good job on this stuff. I'm very surprised at how entertaining most of this stuff actually is.
Well, you know what? Now,
does
Burger King have swag?
I don't know. But Arby's does, because they have the meats.
They do have the meats.
And the swag, apparently.
So there's a Burger King store.
Ooh. Good stuff.
Let's see here. Let's see what this...
Man, I'm so glad it turned out so well.
Right?
Here I was just going to talk about some dumb dice.
Okay, well, slow down, Burger King store. Camp shirts, dress shirts, jackets and fleece, polos, rush, and sweatshirts. So what I'm seeing here is a no fun zone.
Yeah. Sounds like Arby's
Click
wins.
on the hats. Oh, okay. Just canvas cap. Wow.
These sound terrible. These sound like rewards for being with the company for like 10 years.
I'm good.
You know, and they're like, hey, you can go on the website and pick one thing from this section.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
So if I get the Cabana Breeze camp shirt, and
dude,
just get the Burger King logo on it. Wow, they're terrible.
It's no whatever. I already forgot what it was called.
So I think of Burger King's website.
That's fair. All right. So there you go. That certainly became a shut up and take my money. Unfortunately, a lot of the shit either of us would want is already gone. So actually, that's probably for the best.
I'm telling you, beef and cheddar beatbox shirt. I want. Yeah,
that's pretty. The button down is, I mean, it's pretty legit.
Yeah, but dude, beef and cheddar beatbox.
Yeah, that was by far my favorite as well. Or the t-shirts, yeah. Although I will say this, in the on the Dice page, it does say email me when available. So maybe they're planning restocks. You know,
I mean, if that shit sold out, so fast, I mean, why wouldn't they, right?
Yeah, and it's very possible. I could see them doing a low print run. Yeah. And then, oh wow, those sold really well. Let's make some more or something. What they should do is make different colors.
Put curly fries in them.
Or that, yeah. Ooh, curly fries, nice. That's right. That's what I was thinking. Okay, the one they show a 10 on, like most of the dice, if you look at them, I thought they were trying to, because I looked at the 8-sided die first, and I was like, oh, they're just showing how many sides it has, essentially. And I was like, wait, no, it isn't. So, yeah, okay. So it's a standard set of dice. All right. I see now. All right. I'm back on this.
You good? You good?
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Just because I'm curious, I'm going to Taco Bell merch.
You feel like Taco Bell should have good merch.
You would think.
But I'm going to guess they don't.
It's not bad.
They have good stuff.
Yeah, they got some kind of cool looking retro shirts. A lot of retro shirts. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of cool logos. Oh well, I mean, the answer is always Taco Bell. I mean, they're all right. They're not as good as Arby's.
Not as good as Meat Jamma Pants.
Nothing as good as Meat Jamma Pants.
Or that shirt that I can't remember the name of now. The meat, whatever it was.
I'm going to do
Meat.
accessories because that's where a lot of fun things were in the Arby's one.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Taco Bell water bottle. Okay. Duffel bag, pins. Sauce packet tie. I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, though, it's all pretty. Oh, okay. They kind of got me on this one. They've got a Taco Bell cookie stamp set, so you can make taco cookies and sauce packet cookies. I mean, that's kind of fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's better. Yeah.
Ooh, and they got koozies, and it's their hot sauces. That's fun too.
Okay, that's cool. That's a good use. I'm actually surprised Arby's does not have a horsey sauce or Arby's sauce koozie. They just have a koozie that just says Arby's on it. It's actually a pretty big fail, but I don't even know if it says we have the meats.
Yeah, that seems like a failure for sure.
Yeah, they could do better for sure on that one.
I don't know why I've never thought about looking at like mainstream chain place merch.
Yeah, that was the thing. It was like when I saw the thing for the Arby's dice, and I was like, and they were like, blah blah blah, Arby's merch, and I'm like, I didn't even know I had merch. Right. So I'm gonna look at the dice, and then I looked at it. I didn't dive in on this because had I would have been like, dude, you got to see all this other stuff.
For sure.
All I saw was the stuff at the bottom, which is honestly pretty plain stuff. It's just the hat and the cards and the pins and the 8-bit shirt. And it's like, yeah, that's okay stuff, but it's no Meat Jamma Pants. Right. Well, I guess let's move into QoftheW then, since.
All right then. Well, last week we asked you all, if you were watching television or whatever, if you were kidnapped and you were watching I'm getting tired.
Right there. I'm struggling.
Last week. Shit, and my fucking thing closed. Don't mind me, y'all.
Geez. Too late. I already did. The worst.
We asked you, the last person you saw on TV was trying to rescue. Who is it? On Instagram, our pal Philip, former enthusiast guest, he said Archer.
Nice.
I
nice.
can see yourself getting rescued from Archer.
Yeah. The real question would be, did Archer cause the scenario in which he's rescuing you from? And odds are the answer is yes.
Exactly.
It's Archer. Speaking of, I didn't know it was time for a whole new season of Archer already.
I had no idea either.
Like, I still haven't finished the last one on Hulu, and the new season is on, I think, like now.
Weird.
So, yeah, I gotta get caught up.
Jump on it.
I guess, yeah. Jeez. I'm very curious to see if the whole season has Jessica Walter in it or not.
Right.
Like, I don't know if they wrapped the season up before she died or not, especially going forward, because it's like, geez, I can't imagine that show without her.
Right.
You know, I feel like that should probably be the end of the show.
Feels like a good time.
Yeah. Unless they can come up with some weird character to replace her, but I don't know how you replace her. I don't mean someone recasting the role. I just mean like, oh, look, his dad's actually alive,
like
or
Steve
some
Carell
dumb shit.
Left the office. It's just,
it's like, nah, we should just stop. Yeah.
Anyway. So on Face page, Benjamin, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name, says The Rock.
Okay. That seems all right. I mean, unless he's rescuing you from like laziness, because man, he's going to work you.
That's true, right?
I mean, hopefully he'll be rescuing you from a strict diet and you get to have cheat day with him or cheat meal or whatever. But good luck staying with him on that. I think I'd rather go lift weights with him.
Yes, exactly.
I think it'd be easier than trying to eat everything he eats.
Diamond Top fan, Big Dev, and Birthday Boy.
Mm-hmm. And Birthday Boy.
I'm pretty sure I'm dead unless I'm being rescued from Blandberg. And then he put up a nice little image here of Guy Fieri himself.
Oh,
right here. Yeah.
Right, guy could save him. He swoops in with his Camaro.
Exactly. Glasses on the back of his head. Starts
Yeah,
spraying people down with donkey sauce.
That sounds pretty like lewd, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it does because it's donkey sauce.
Right.
And then Jeff from Hobie says Nick Castellanos. I can't pronounce his name. Nicholas Castellanos. He plays for the Reds because I had to Google it because I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. I wonder what he's saving you from.
I don't know. How are the Reds doing this year?
I'm trying to remember. I think they're okay. I don't remember where they're at in their division and stuff. I haven't looked at standings in a while because I'll be honest, when the Indians aren't great, I don't pay as much attention to baseball.
I was gonna say maybe saving them from the playoffs. Hey-o.
Or maybe that person's on the mound and he's making it out or something like that. Get him out of a jam.
Ah, man, but that's what I got.
All right. Well, I got one from Cheeto, and he says Tom Savini, special effects makeup artist and actor, said he was watching In Search of Darkness 2, a documentary about horror movies, and he was being interviewed. Says, and I assume he's saving me from vampires or zombies. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I've had the pleasure of camping next to him and talking to Tom a few times at drive-ins outside Pittsburgh that I attend a couple of times a year. And he included a pic of him from Dusk Till Dawn as Sex Machine.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's why at first I'm like, I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, this looks familiar. And then that reminded me. So, all right. So that's what I got. All right. So I got a weird kind of cue the W for you this week. Now, here's the thing. Because I dropped my pen. Sorry. So this one might be tough for you to answer, but I still want to ask because I'm curious for other people to answer it. But do you know? Okay, so you remember when we talked about the chicken nugget from the McDonald's BTS meal or whatever it was? So McDonald's is doing that now where they've had celebrity meals. Like they've had Travis Scott and what was the last one? I can't remember who the last one was. It was a woman. I can't think of her name now. It was like Sweetie or something like that. Because it was like, or Saweetie, whatever. Because it came with like a sweet and sour sauce.
Okay.
Anyway, the concept of these is that these celebrities aren't just like, the concept is supposed to be that they do something a little different with their McDonald's, like to customize it. Right. Okay, so the question is, you're famous and you've been awarded the highest honor of designing your McDonald's celebrity meal. What is it? You can't use off-menu ingredients, but you can get creative with those inbounds. Basically. That's why I said for you, this might be tough because you're not really a McDonald's person anymore. But
I got it.
You still know enough about McDonald's. They haven't changed that much.
I got this. All
okay.
Right, so here's what you need to do.
All right.
You need to get that McGriddle action going. Right?
Okay.
But I'm going to need it Big Mac style with the extra bun, more sausage, more egg, more whatever. Right?
Okay. So essentially like a double McGriddle kind of concept. But like you said, served similar to like a Big Mac.
Big Mac griddle.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect. I'm digging
Big Mac
this.
Griddle.
Yeah.
And it's going to come with double hash browns and black coffee.
Wow. Okay.
And if people like, can I get cream in my coffee? They say yes. And when you come through, they just throw it in your face. And they tell you to get out of there. The kick rocks at you.
I like it. No, I like that because that's exactly the concept of these. Is it really is like, like something that like these people do that is different from the like just getting it plain on the menu. Now, what's funny is the way I was going to go was with McGriddle as well. Because I wanted a deluxe McGriddle, which I was going to have more stuff on basically instead of it just being whatever. I wanted like the whole breakfast basically on it, except for the potatoes. Right. So I wanted like bacon, egg, cheese, all the stuff on it. Now, real quick, your egg, are you going with that weird folded egg, or are you going with the like Egg McMuffin egg?
I gotta go folded egg because it's classic.
I go with that too because I don't really like egg whites, so that's like a scrambled egg.
Because it's weird and folded, it's gonna be like 10-layer stick by the time I'm done with it.
Oh, thick. Yeah. And I also, and it's funny because like as much as I actually do really like their hash browns at McDonald's, but for mine, I wanted French fries because McDonald's is known for the French fries. And then, of course, I'd have a large Coke because McDonald's has the best Coke. So it wasn't that far away from what you were going with. I actually like your idea better. I would actually prefer the Big Mac griddle. And I'm totally down with that. So, because I was like, when they stopped doing the all-day breakfast, also the McGriddle wasn't part of that, which I never freaking understood.
It doesn't even make sense.
But because I was so excited when they said all day breakfast, because that's exactly what I was going to start getting is like 2 McGriddles, a large fry, and a Coke, because I'm like, this is exactly what I want, So yeah. All right. So there you go. Because I was trying to think at first, I was like, is there a way I would customize or is there anything over the years that I've done that's like different with McDonald's food? And there really isn't. I really don't change a lot in
it's like I can't think anything that I've done, but it's like I do one thing. Well, I used to.
Okay.
That weird long chicken sandwich that Burger King has?
Oh,
I'll always add cheese and bacon to it.
That's fair. I do that too. The one I used to get all the time do you remember when they had the chicken parm one? I used to get that all the time. But yeah, you're right. If I order that otherwise, I generally will get cheese and bacon on it. But even then, that's not really anything weird. Like, dude, if you read up on like that, what's her name? Sweetie or Sweetie, however you say it. Like, she does some crazy shit with her stuff. Like, she puts like the sweet and sour sauce, I think, on her Big Mac and all this. Puts like her chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's to me. That's just That's why I said I don't really do anything. Right. Because it's like the only thing I've ever done over the years that people considered weird for a while was how I used, not used to, I still will. If I go to Wendy's, I'm all, fries in the Frosty. But now my people have with the internet, we've found each other.
Oh, yeah.
That, we don't get looked at as weird as we used to. Dude, seriously, like fries in the Frosty, the salty and the chocolate.
I mean, I've heard good things, but it's just never really been my thing.
I've done it with just a chocolate milkshake at places too, for the same reason. Just salty fries and the sweetness of the shake. It's so good together. So, yeah. But that's why I said that was about the weirdest thing. I used to ask when I would go for breakfast at McDonald's and I would get a sandwich. I used to ask if I could get fries, and they would just be like, "No." And I'm like, "Why?
I don't." But I deserve fries.
Or for lunch, can I get hash browns? Because once in a while, hook brother up some hash browns.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. So I'm going to trim this question way down, but it's going to basically be, what's your celebrity McDonald's meal?
Fair enough.
Kind of thing. So I was waiting for the sound effect.
I'm over here in the zone.
All right. Well, anyway.
What you got, or whatever the fuck.
I don't think that's.
Show
there you go. All right, so there you go. That's our question of the week, and that's the podcast. So head on over to saltylanguage.com, click all the links, check out the past episodes, the enthusiast episodes we've done.
Oh yeah.
Again, totally just lost where I was going. Oh, you can find the link to the network that we're part of.
Is
Tangent Bound Network. I always want to do that. So it can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. Go check out the other shows on there. If you're looking to start a show, go talk to them about it, because they're really good about helping people out and looking for some people to do like hosting of like radio shows and looking for other types of programs for the network. And of course, tell Mark that Tony misses him. Wants to snuggle, just nuzzle his neck. And if you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find the show on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at not at Salty Language, at Stunami.
You can
to me. You're the tired
I know.
one, and I'm shitting
over
my
shit in the bed.
God.
You can find me on all the You can find me on Instagram at The Monotony. The show can be found on all the socials. Go to saltylanguage.com. Right on our front goddamn page is all the links for our socials. I guess except now that I'm looking at it, I don't see TikTok on there. But yeah, all the socials are on there. Check out our YouTube channel, Seltzy Language Pod, if you want to watch Seltzy Language, or if you want to see the show. I'm not going to say live, but if you'd like to see the video and see what we're talking about as we're talking,
watch us twitch awkwardly and make weird motions.
Watch me yawn silently off camera, or off mic, not off camera.
Off camera, right?
Yeah.
Close enough.
So, there you go.
All right. Well, with that, I guess, as always, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty, people.
I figured you might say stay seltzy.
Should have, Brian.
Also, how the fuck did we not sign that video off with stay seltzy?
Because we were full of seltzers.
Man, we suck.
We suck. Yeah, also we suck.
Yeah. That's just the ending of it. We suck.
Enough.